Hey there guys, I'm Zach and this is Zach's Editing, and today I'm going to be showing you how you can make some cool transitions just like these. So the first thing you want to do is just open up your files, and here I've got these 3 videos that I'm going to be transitioning through, and then we're just going to drag them onto the sequence. So I'll just drag it sort of there so we don't have to worry about that, and then we'll just drag the 3rd one there. So you might know about the normal transition. It's just right here in the sequence and then apply video transition. So what you need to do to get that is just to bring your time indicator to the center of both of the videos, just where they collide. And then if you just go to sequence and apply video transition, or you can also hit Control D. So then that's just creating a cross dissolve, as we can see there. And then if we click on it, we can see it comes up with this in the effect controls. If you don't have that, you can just go to Window and then Effect Controls. So what we can see here is it all looks pretty good. If when you made that transition it came up with a little box saying insufficient media, I'll just quickly show you how you can fix that right now. If I put a transition here, then it will come up with that. So I'll just quickly do that just to show you why that's happening. So it's got that. The reason that it's got an error is because it's having to use repeated frames. So if we look at the frame where the dog is in, we can see that it freezes right after this point, and it's using that same frame from here onto here. So this is represented by these diagonal lines going from the top left to the bottom right. So you never want to see those lines, otherwise frames will be repeated. So a quick and easy way to fix this is just to bring these videos over. So if you see this little yellow bracket symbol sort of thing, then we'll just drag it over. We can see that there's no more repeated frames because we've dragged it over. This will mean that the start will be slightly later, but that should be fine. So then once we've got that, then that's all good, and I'll just quickly delete that and go on to the first transition that we've got here. So I'll just drag this along a bit and sort of start the transition there. So if you just grab from the center, you can move the whole transition, and that's an easy way to sort of move it if you want to move it later. So you've got this little tab, and then you've also got the videos and how the transition is moved throughout them. So you can make the transition go longer or shorter, which you can also change at this duration bar. Say if I just set it to a second and 13 frames, say, it'll just make it longer. And that's just a way to do it if you want the exact duration of it. But yeah. So then we've got the alignment to the different centers. So if you go to center at cut, then it'll center it at that cut between the 2 videos. So then another thing that's here is the start and end sort of changes that you can see. So if we sort of scroll through them, you can see them as they're changing and what sort of, so A would be video A, which you can see is at the top, and video B, which is at the bottom. So what you can do with these is you can change the start to start at say 23.8% done, and then when you transition it's going to quickly jump to 23.8% done at the start, and then it's going to go through until 100, and then you can also do the same for the end if you want it to go to say 52% and then just quickly cut out. So this is pretty ugly. I don't really think that you'd use it much, if at all, but it's sort of handy to know just in case you ever do need it. So that's a pretty basic transition, but you might want it if you're just going for a sort of professional clean cut kind of look, but it sort of depends on what you are going for. But I'll show you some other transitions that are pretty cool and I sort of really like. So we'll just delete that cross dissolve for now. And then what we're going to do is go into the effects tab. So right here, I've got it here, but I'll show you how to get to it. You just go to Window and then Effects, and it'll bring it up wherever it is. So then we can see we've got these folders, got sort of different ones, but the one we're looking for is video transitions. So if we just drop that down, then we'll see a load of different categories, and these are all the categories of the video transitions that we can create. So a good one that I sort of really like is in 3D motion. We've got this sort of doors effect. So if we just drag that on just to the center of these 2, then it's there, and we don't have to change the start of these videos either, because it's already got that from the start. So sometimes with other effects, they've got custom things that you can change. For example, you can add some borders to the doors if you'd want, or what I think looks a lot better is reverse. So reverse is going to make the doors open up to the video instead of the video closing on the video. So I like reverse a lot better. I don't know, it's just the doors open to things generally. So then I'll show you another one that I sort of like. It's in the page peel. We've got these sort of page peeling. So if we just drag this page peeling on, we can see it here. And it's just this cool sort of page peel effect. So again, we can just see, and it's just got this white background, as if it's the back of the paper. And it's even got this little shadow that it creates. But you can also hit reverse and it'll do it backwards from there, sort of almost like pasting that paper on top. But again, it depends on what you're going for. So I'll just delete that again just to show you a couple of others. In this wipe effect category, we've got some cool sort of wipes. They're all sort of, you can figure out just by looking at them. For example, paint splat is pretty cool. It's just paint sort of splattering on of that video until it creates a full image. And we've got some other ones that are sort of able to be figured out just by looking at their names. Another transition that I really like is in the slide category. It's sliding boxes. So if we just drag that onto that spot, and what this is we can see these little rectangles, they slide on to position and then they sort of stop and hit into each other and fit into that position. So if we just hit spacebar just to play that through, it looks pretty cool. So this is generally one that you probably want to go for a bit longer. So I'll just set that to go for quite some time, just so you can see the full effect. It's got that sort of colliding effect that's pretty cool. So again, these can have borders, which I don't really think the borders would be necessary because just sort of annoys it. But we can also, this one has a little custom, so you can change the number of bands. Say if I do like 50 bands, it's probably going to lag it a bit. Oh, looks like 32 is the max. But yeah, then we can see these 32 bands positioning. It looks a bit trippy as it connects there, but yeah, it sort of depends on what you're going for. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and you're able to see how you can add some extra cool transitions to your videos. So just remember, to get there, you're just going to go to Window, Effects, and then drop down in this Video Transitions folder. And what you can also do, if you go into the files of your Adobe Premiere Pro, you can eventually find Video Transitions folder, and say if you download some extra video transitions from the internet, you can put them in these folders, or anything else like audio transitions, etc. So don't forget to comment any questions down below if you have any, or anything that you want to suggest. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.